welcome to another episode of Drinks and Design Podcast with Down the Shore Marketing, courtesy of Cobblestone Wine Spirits. I'm CJ.
My name is Ashish.
And we had tonight a new guest,
John Abbott. Hello.
And I'm Mike Listan. Hi. I look like I have a mic, but I don't.
You're loud enough.
We got Marianne at the turntable.
Yay.
Wiki.
So, Ashish, you want to start off talking?
Sure. Let's start off with what we have out here. So, the first libation we're going to try is Sullivan's Irish Golden Ale. This is a pale ale, and it looked like a lager to me, but I'm very curious about this.
It said it was a pale.
It says it's a golden ale. It doesn't say it's a pale ale. So I'm very curious. But it looks like a lager to me, as I said, because of the yellow coloring.
Sullivan's
That's one.
Brewery, craft brewery, Ireland style pale ale English.
Right. And the second one that we're going to try is the Halfpenny Irish whiskey. That one's straight from Dublin, and it's a new product, right, John?
Yes, it is.
John has been doing some good research. Sullivan's is from Kilkenny, not too far away from Dublin, very close to County Cork. And we're going to get to that. But before we do that, rapid fire questions for you, our guest. John Abbott, where were you born?
Say again?
Where were you born?
Plainfield, New Jersey.
It's like a vampire.
Jersey.
Where were you born?
Plainfield.
Where's the making you talk?
What's been your best vacation ever?
What was that word? Vacation? No, it was probably when I took a trip in early 90s to San Francisco.
Okay.
Spent 2 weeks scuttling about, Fisherman's Wharf and all those other places.
That's a
And
beautiful area.
it was.
I was
it
hoping you
very
would
nice.
say County Cork, but
I haven't been
Actually,
to Ireland
that was
yet.
my best vacation.
really?
Believe it or not, I have not been to Ireland yet,
Oh, my
but
God.
we are planning on a trip. The only caveat is if we do go, I may not come back. There are lots of Abbotts and Connors and O'Dowds over there in Munster and County Cork. So if we run into some family, open a music school, play some jazz and blues in a couple of the local pubs.
Sounds good.
They have jazz in Ireland?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Why not? What drink do you like to relax with?
Well, depending on what I like when I get home, kind of mood I'm in, because sometimes, as your listeners will find out, I am a musician, having turned to music a little later in life than most people. But if I have a gig or I have a rehearsal or just go to one of the local open mics, I'll come in the house and sometimes I'll take a bourbon and a cola. Other times I'll have a nice light Pilsner. Okay. I'm a bit on the light side when it comes to that kind of thing. So it's just to help unwind and decompress after, several hours of rigorous leisure with an instrument in my hand.
And what drink do you like to party with?
Do a party with?
You have a disco ball somewhere,
As
don't you?
Mike Listan is helping us out there with the cue the sound, cue the music. What I like to party with, I usually it depends what the hosts are holding. Of course, there's always the black stuff.
The black stuff.
Guinness.
Guinness.
Black Guinness, if it's drawn properly. The Guinness people, actually, did you know, send out trained representatives to teach barkeeps how to properly draw a pint. That's why when it's drawn, it'll sit there. It'll sit before it gets served.
Don't they have like 3 or 4 waiting, on the flight deck?
Something like that. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a method to the
CJ.
madness.
Yeah. So, but I, again, it depends what I feel, kind of mood I'm in when I get home. But usually there's a couple pints of Guinness waiting for me in the bottom of the fridge.
Spoken like a true Irishman.
Aye.
What does success in life mean to you?
I have a different way of looking at success. I believe that success comes through fulfillment. Mm-hmm. If you're happy in what you're doing, if you love what you're doing, then you are fulfilled and success will come your way.
Beautiful. What would you do differently if you were to travel in time to your 20s?
Into where? Sorry?
What would you do differently if you were to travel in time to your 20s?
Travel in time.
To your 20s.
To my
To
20s.
Back in time.
Back in time.
Back in time.
I probably would have gone into taken music and turned it from a sometimes paying hobby into my vocation much sooner. prior to. That's always been sort of in the background, but I do have a background in higher education and broadcast journalism. I would have stuck it out a little longer, maybe gone into public media as I did later in my career, much sooner. But my 20-year-old self probably wouldn't have listened.
What do you consider to be a superlative brand?
A superlative brand of
Anything.
anything? Well, obviously, when it comes to beers and stouts and so forth, I like a Guinness. I like a, I like a Killian's Red. Toward I try to find the local breweries, the microbreweries. I come from Mercer County in New Jersey, and we have several of them around us. Triumph Brewing Company in Princeton, for example. There's Troop, the Troop Brewery right in my town of Hopewell. They're affiliated, I think, with Saraland Mountain Distillery, which also produces some very fine beverages. But I shoot for the for the microbrews and things like that.
The mom and pop.
The mom and pops, especially in these harsh economic times. I'm very, very much into supporting my local businesses, my locally owned businesses.
Touche. You're a musician. What are some of your favorite songs?
My favorite songs. Do we have all night for this? No, because I play a great deal of different things. I'm pretty much a jazz and blues guy, but I have my rock and roll moments. So we're going to fall into a little bit into blues and jazz, if that's okay. I'm big on the Kings: Albert King, B.B. King, Freddie King, especially Stevie Ray Vaughan. So if I'm going to put together a set list to play some of these great blues tunes, I would probably play Riviera Paradise by Stevie Ray Vaughan, Pride and Joy. B.B. King does a lot of great things. His last recording before he left us had Sitting on Top of the World, which is a great traditional. I like the traditional blues, but the modern stuff, there's a lot to be said for that. Robert Cray, for example. So The Last Time I Get Burned Like This from Robert Cray is a favorite. And I just discovered that a nice little gem from B.B. King. So that's why I lean toward those. Jazz-wise, you can't go wrong with the Gershwins. I do like Miles Davis.
Can't go wrong.
Bela Fleck. Yeah, I like the American Songbook. They don't call it timeless for nothing.
Yeah.
Though I do like some of the contemporary artists to work their way in as well.
Absolutely beautiful. What are your top 2 most favorite movies?
My top 2 favorite movies. That would be Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Indiana Jones, yeah.
Yeah, should have worn the fedora. The other one.
And a
That
whip.
stuff.
You're going to carry a whip?
Oh, yeah.
You got some snakes around here.
I hate snakes. And don't call me Junior, because I really am a junior.
Oh, neat. That's what we call the dog, I think.
After the dog. No, probably Raiders of the Lost Ark, because I could watch that 1,000 times and never get tired of it. Ditto for Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, because Sean Connery absolutely steals the show.
Yeah.
And let's see, the other one, that's a kind of a toss-up, because I do like, probably Casablanca.
Of course.
Casablanca, yeah.
Beautiful.
Great.
Last question. At what job would you be terrible?
Podcasting.
Excuse me?
Podcasting.
How did you know? No, what job would I be terrible? Probably working in an industry where people are underappreciated and disrespected daily, and that would be, say, waiting on tables, food service,
Healthcare.
yeah, healthcare. Well, healthcare, they just make sure you thank your local nurse next time you see her or him, because so these days, I don't think I'd be a very good person to serve others. I would rather serve them music than serve them a steak that isn't done properly.
Yeah. Incidentally, Robert said the same thing last time. He wouldn't. If you had the guest before you, he said this exact same thing as you. So. I hear you.
Okay.
All right, let's get tasting.
All right.
So we're doing the Sullivan's first.
Sullivan's Craft Brewery. The logo's pretty lame. The typeface is like eyeglass. It's a small caps. and it has a drop shadow, which is stylized. It's all right, I guess. But the problem is
You beating up the font? What?
yeah, it's a typeface.
Okay.
Typeface,
Sorry.
not a font.
Sorry.
And the apostrophe for the S isn't apostrophe from that typeface. But at least
That's
the
very.
Klein Ireland is the same typeface, Brewing Company's the same typeface, and then at least like the Irish Golden Ale. Why would they call it Irish Golden Ale? Because it's gold. It's gold. We're drinking gold.
Gold. It's supposed to be
I do
pale
like
ale,
it though
but
that
again,
the print is a nice paper because it kind of ripples off because it's getting wet. I think that was cool.
Yeah, I've
but,
never seen this kind of paper on a.
The Irish Gold Ale,
right?
golden.
It's a challenge. Anybody sitting at the bar just to try to get it all off
Yeah,
one piece.
and stick it on the forehead. It says brewing is in our blood. I don't know what that means. Hopefully the blood isn't in the beer.
No.
The website is
Made from leprechauns.
WordPress. It loads pretty fast. It's got some pretty good plugins attached to it.
Yep.
I can tell that the imagery, the size as it goes from desktop to tablet to phone,
Yep.
it loads, it serves up different size images, which is good for speed. So whoever did the WordPress site knows what they're doing.
You know, they put up a 3D tour of the brewery on the website, and I really love that. Not too many people do that. It's done pretty well. So if you guys want to check that out, it's definitely worth.
That's a good idea given what's been going on, especially with the variants of the coronavirus and things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done it for this guy too, Halfpenny Whiskey. So really appreciated that. And I believe this is the illustration of the brewery right on the.
It's a
the
church. It's a church that closed down and they opened it up against a brewery.
Exactly.
It's all right. Like it doesn't really say beer to me, and it's two colors. Three colors, I guess. Is that black?
Almost
Black and beige.
black, beige, yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to have a two-color.
Well, I
Picture
think that's
for
part of
logo.
their branding because their Maltings Irish Ale is red. That can is red if you visit their website. And I haven't had a chance to go.
Oh no, I
much-
take it back. The whiskey is brewed in the old church.
Oh, yeah,
I have
yeah.
no idea why that's a church, but it.
It's a deconsecrated church, apparently, right?
That's the whiskey. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, we are.
But it looks like
Sorry.
a high
Sounds
school
like whiskey
project.
in my belly.
Because in the back, it's got enjoy the canned version of our Irish Gold, blah blah blah. But nice, the ingredients there are 5 ingredients, which is nice.
Irish ale malts and Vienna and Cara, and then first gold and Admiral in terms of hops. So let's see.
But
I have no idea what that
the
means.
brewmaster's name, the signature is put in there twice.
Ian.
Looks like
somebody,
no one
right?
checked it.
What's the name? Ian Masterson or something?
Joe.
Is
Jan?
it Joe?
Jan Hamilton, the
Ian.
brewmaster.
I think it's Ian Hamilton.
Oh, Ian. Yeah, it could be that.
Yep, that's what I read on the website.
That's
All right.
great. Oh, I thought you were trying to read the script. That was good. That's much smarter to do it that way. But it has page ranking. It's the 4th on the page.
That's pretty up there.
Right after the big companies like Total Wine. Total Wine outranks it because Total Wine has a lot more money. But it's still on the first page of its own search, which is okay.
Yeah,
So.
John has a few stories about this, but let's start tasting it.
Okay.
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 Let's do it.
Well, for one thing, we've
I'll
got
pull more
a
in
nice.
so I can taste it for the
we've
first
got a
time
nice
again.
clear amber color, right?
Just go ahead and pour this in here.
And
I'm going to start drinking this now.
Yeah, me
okay.
too. Me too.
Well, happy St. Patty's
Same
Aye.
thing,
Cheers.
guys.
to
Pre-Patty's Day.
my new friends here,
Oh,
and
the Clem McLeod.
yes,
Aye.
Slange.
hey,
The
Slanche.
foam, the head's good. It's supposed to have a 2-finger head. The carbonation stays through the whole
Yeah.
glass I read.
yep, yep.
Oh, but I'm sorry, but you were supposed to talk, not me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You made perfect sense. But it's a pleasant smell. It's got that bready malt.
Hey, guys, you moved your camera
Realign the
Oh,
camera.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Which
Just-
way?
Who
just
bumped
the
it?
top.
Did you bump it again?
towards,
Just the top. Just the top.
sweetie,
And turn
towards.
it this way, Mike, towards me.
How's that, sweetie?
Good, good.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Sweet.
Anyway, cheers. It's got that sort of bready malt scent to it. Some sort of a touch of honey and maybe that bitterness. But let's find out.
Liquid
Light
bread.
vegetal notes.
Vegetable notes. Liquid bread. That's
No
what I think
real
of it.
aftertaste. This is good.
Yeah. It's light. The body seems light. It's not excessively carbonated. It's just right, I would say.
Yeah. Like, you don't taste the
Yes,
carbonation, which is good.
It has that bite at the very end, almost kind of.
It's 10 proof, which is pretty heavy.
It's 10 proof. I thought
It's got a little bit of that bitterness you would
5.2%.
expect to find.
Yeah,
5.2%.
for a pale ale. Yes.
Yes, it's quite good. It's very good.
This was surprising because I was expecting something stronger because I've had pale ales before, and they have a much fiercer bite than this. So this is one of the lightest pale ales I've ever.
It tastes warm. Like usually, like a lot of a hobby beer, it tastes really cold, kind of like a knife.
Now that we know that the way ales and stouts and so forth, when they're drawn in Ireland, are different, very different from the United States. I said earlier that I keep a Guinness in the bottom of my refrigerator because I do like it cold. But I'm sure some listener somewhere is saying, "Oh, he's not an Irishman.
Yeah.
He's not drinking it at room temperature."
Yeah.
And they would be right.
And he showered this week. Yeah.
It is, but I've been known to let it sit, and I've been known to wait until it is served at the proper temperature, and there is a distinct improvement in the flavor. I will say that. So,
When it's
in
warm, it
defense
is?
of serving at room temperature, yes.
One thing I get when it's warm, just so much head. I have to wait for hours.
Yeah, but this is definitely worth it.
Then I get bored and wander off. So on the website they have like a 5 or 10. Sorry, on the in the search I did, there are a couple good reviews. There's a website for reviews for beer, and you can tell the ones that are seeded by the company. But there are also other ones that people really have reviewed it. The way that you have a review set up on like if your app, if you're on iTunes or something, or for a beer, you have to seed it to put 1 or 2 in, or else because no one's going to be the first to do a review. So if you put 1 or 2 reviews in first, people will feel okay to put in reviews.
The funniest thing is, I was looking at the first review. And it was bad. It was a bad review. That is the funniest thing. If they seeded it, they're playing mind games, right? And that actually forced me to read it completely.
I got one.
Very
My first review is it pours a clear golden ale to light amber color with 2-finger foamy off-white head. It wasn't bad at all. But maybe we went to different websites.
Yeah, in fact, I've got the very website here printed out. So good call, CJ.
You printing out websites?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the whole thing. But I wanted to be sure that I was accurate.
Yeah.
But the
We don't strive for accuracy.
details rise above them. Gotcha.
That's
We need
incidental.
gossip. You had something about Sullivan and some gossip going on. You do.
No.
Gossip, that's what we need.
No, I sort of like to, like you, I like to survey what people are saying and thinking, and there's always somebody who goes, "Oh, this stuff is terrible," and so forth.
It's not worth the paper it's printed on.
Yeah, somebody said though in here that this is definitely going to replace Boddington's as their go-to, and I've had Boddington's many times, and it is good.
That's a pale ale again?
Oh, you know what that was? I didn't know what it was. The Boddingtons?
Yeah,
And I was too lazy to look it up. That's cool. You know that.
yeah.
What is that? Is it a pale ale?
And Murphy's too. Murphy's Stout is very
Stout,
good.
okay.
Yeah, and they
And a Kolsch. What's a Kolsch?
I don't know about
Okay.
1999.
Okay.
But I'm being facetious here, but the truth is that I don't know. But when the reviewer said replacing Boddington's is my go-to, and that's fine. You drink what you like. This is very good. Yeah. Now, if I walked into my local package store, a week down the road and I saw it, sure, I'd take a 4-pack off the shelf. It is very good. And I have enough friends who enjoy a good ale.
And this is $12.
Yeah.
A 4-pack for $12.
Yeah,
Not too
that's
bad.
very good.
Yeah.
That's very good.
It's fun that it's printed like this. I like that. It's not like
It's the
Coors.
first time ever I've seen paper on a can.
But that's how they used to do it.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like a real
brilliant.
thing. It's great.
Yeah. It probably is more cost effective too. And I'm guessing. So I have
be.
no idea. But
This is more expensive.
Is it?
Also, the problem there are technical issues. Like if you put it in water, it'll
yeah,
if it's
yeah,
cooled
yeah,
down,
up, right?
it's going to melt off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big deal.
Someone
you
was
go.
thinking hard.
Yeah, and I was also thinking too that if it's made in Ireland, which isn't exactly around the corner, and they've got to do something to keep the packaging, and which is, I think it's pretty cool.
It's pretty interesting. This town, Kilkenny, has a population of 25,000. I was just looking it up. It's not too far away from Dublin, but maybe there's something going on there. They need to keep the paper industry alive or something, and they just kind of, came
Or
up
they-
with this idea. I don't know.
They weren't brought
25,000.
up. They weren't brought up by Coors yet, so
Oh, they did.
they weren't.
They weren't. Okay,
So that's why you can see the genuine packaging.
gotcha. That's why.
Yeah.
So Killian's Red's a good beer. I'm going to go back to that. You
Well, it's
said
an ale.
Killian's.
It's an ale, I
And
believe.
that's good. I remember it.
Smithwick's,
Is it
right?
better? Because I remember when it first came out in the early '90s, it looked like because it's a Coors product.
Well, I got mine at my local Irish pub.
Okay.
And they had it on draft. And this particular pub is authentic Irish. You order a sausage, and Bangers and Mash, for example. You get sausage from Ireland because they get it from an Irish butcher in Brooklyn.
Wow.
So everything is, if it says it's from Ireland, it is from Ireland. I liked it. It took a while to develop a taste for it because I grew up in a household that, Seagram 7 and Michelob, need I say more? And
Best kind of beer is free beer.
But yeah, but I liked it. It was a different taste, and of course it had a very nice color to it and everything. And so, and of course, like anything else, you find your palate expands and changes and so forth, and you find yourself trying different things, and or maybe you go to a picnic and someone says, "Yeah, we've got some XYZ in the cooler," and you take one out and go, "Oh." So that's how I learned to like Red Stripe,
Yeah.
which is very good.
I like it
You're
because
in
there's
good
good
company
commercials.
Yeah, man.
Beer, red beer.
Yeah,
You're in good company, John, out here.
yeah.
You've got plenty of stuff, this new stuff.
Also,
coming up.
Red Stripe has those cool bottles that are thicker and wider and have the smaller snout,
Yes,
neck.
yes.
And I make art out of cutting bottles up. So I use a circular glass cutter, cut the head off, and I have a glass.
Nice.
And
Nice.
the problem with a long neck bottle, like a Michelob Light or something like that, that the glasses are so small because a lot of the volume is in the neck. But with a Red Stripe or session beer or something else where the head's really snub, they get better glasses out of it.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. But yeah, I like this.
Good choice.
Yes.
Can't go wrong. Sullivan's, get it at Cobblestone Wine Spirits, Ocean Township, New Jersey.
.com.
Very good.
Yeah, very good.
And with that, we're going to move on to the halfpenny.
Is that how you pronounce it?
I think so.
I think it's
Maybe
half
that's
halfpenny,
ours,
like halfpenny without the L and the F.
Yeah.
Shit.
That'd be an Irish whiskey. The website's good. It's also a WordPress site. You go to. It's not very organized, so you can't tell the different sections of the website. So unless you're looking for the different kinds of whiskey, you'd never see them because there's one section of the website that talks about the whiskey, and then just below the fold, all of the whiskeys are there lined up. It's not very obvious for a user to click on it, but you have to click on it, and then you get a bigger. Then up on the top, you get a larger section with a better picture and more text, and then but below, which is the navigation, the pictures change. So there are 5 different kinds of whiskey there, and only 4 fit on the page with the navigation. So one of the whiskeys you can't see until you go to one of the interior pages, scroll down, look at the 4 that are left, and then click on it. So it's pretty half-assed. Also, it's not very good ADA compliant, even though they have WordPress. The imagery is very big, so it would be slow loading on phones and things like that. But one of the bigger issues is that a lot of the alt tags aren't there. So a couple of the names of the actual whiskeys, you never find out what the name is because it's not named properly and there's no alt tag. So
There you go.
it's not perfect. Can't have everything, right?
Can. But these guys make gin as well.
They do? I know
They
that.
do. And that's what I figured out on the website. They make gin and they make whiskey, and this is a relatively new product, non-chill filtered. Do you know what that means, John? Non-chill filtered. I'm not sure.
Filtered?
Myself,
Oh,
frankly.
filtered. Did I miss it?
Filtered.
No.
Really?
Yeah, you did.
My understanding is like
Good.
you
Stop
hit the camera again.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was my first time.
So this one, so non-chill filtered is a good thing. That's what I hear.
What do we have? Do we have the? Because there is the original. I think that's
This
ours.
is the original. I
The
think.
distiller's choice, founder's choice.
No, I think this
5-year-old single malt had no alt tag, so it's difficult for me to find that. Distillery exclusive 1999 marriage of malt. Where the hell that
No,
means.
I think this was the
Original.
introductory whiskey. I don't think it's any fancy stuff that you see on the
So
side.
it's the original.
This is the original.
Yeah, 44%. So it's 86 proof. 5-year blend, Irish whiskey aged in all bourbon barrel.
Pot still.
I don't know. John, do you know about whiskey aged in a bourbon barrel? Does that matter?
I know a little, and as a matter of fact, I know a coffee roaster who takes those barrels and uses them in their coffee.
Okay.
Adds a
Because
great flavor
some of
to
the
it.
whiskeys are stored in bourbon barrels. Some are stored in sherry barrels, and I've got no idea what that means.
So this one, as far as I know, what I read from the website, is contained in 4 different barrels. One is a port, as you mentioned, sherry, bourbon, and the last one was, I forget, but it was 4 different barrels. So you should be able to taste all the 4 different libations within this whiskey. That's the idea?
It's
Right.
4 casks.
4
A
casks,
port
yeah.
pipe
Yeah.
finish malt, whatever the hell
Right.
that is. First fill bourbon barrel malt. A sherry butt
And
grain,
twice
And-
charred oak.
Twice
Double
charred.
charred.
Oh, double charred.
whatever the hell that means.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's got a
So-
rich aromatic oak, blah, 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 spice. Well, we should
Let's give
test
that a
this.
shot.
So first we have to chug this.
Check it up. Check it up.
So here we go. Happening?
Let's do this. The happening.
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 I'm pouring myself first.
It's a stick song, isn't
I
it?
love whiskey.
Right over the electronics.
Yep. That's good. Thank you.
That was a hell of a shot.
Ooh, that's nice.
That's for Collins anyway. No one calls him. Except for Lee.
I love whiskey. Can't go wrong. I love whiskey more than I love beer, I think. In the wintertime.
So the logo is pretty good. It's got raised. It's got different raised imagery. The Happening logo is raised, but it's a nice matte finish. And the Irish whiskey is like a gold leaf deboss. And got some debossing on the stamp. It's nice.
There's a bridge right up top, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Above
bringing
the-
people together since 1816.
So the Halfpenny is named after that bridge in Dublin,
It is.
right?
It's one of Dublin's most iconic landmarks, and it was built in 1816.
Yeah, I
And
know
it's
that.
still there. In fact, here's a picture.
Yeah? Oh, neat. I don't think I ever went to that.
A beautiful old bridge. Actually, every bridge in Ireland is beautiful. And here's a bit of trivia that when they underwent a soft launch, they didn't publicize anything. They didn't. There was no hoopla. There was none of it. They just started showing up on shelves, and people started buying.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, let's take a look.
Pretty counterculture.
Let's go to the videotape. While Martin wrestles with the alligator, I'll tell you about Mutual of Omaha. Okay, kidding aside, but take a look at this. And I mean, it's got a nice,
Amber.
fruity aroma to it. And
Very fresh.
yes,
Very
it is.
fresh.
And it's got sort of that oily look to it. If you look at the color, you can see kind of a goldish tint to it.
Strong,
very nice.
golden.
Let's see.
You can tell it's good quality.
Oh, definitely. And when you take that,
It burns my throat, but it's a good burn.
it's got a touch of chocolate, and they say golden apple, but let's find out.
Let's find out.
Yes, let's test the palate.
It says white peach, apple, and a tinge of spiced pear.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I think they just mentioned everything. It's hints of lemon, dried orange, honeysuckle, experience, medium, long finish, deliciously silky smooth and leaves you with the warm notes of ginger and clove.
Oh,
I think that's everything, isn't it?
that sounds great.
But the only thing it doesn't taste like is vanilla, apparently.
Yeah, I haven't got the vanilla. Yeah, I got the apricot.
No,
though.
I just made that up because that's the only thing I didn't see on the list.
Yeah,
It warms my soul. That's
it's got
all
a
I
hit.
can
It's
say.
got a good hit of oak. Yeah, it's got a good hit of oak.
That charred oak is showing through, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the double charred, twice charred oak. I think that's what's showing.
Char
through.
char?
Char char.
Yeah.
I think that's a Pokemon character.
I think the sherry is being overpowered. I
Charizard.
can't tell anything about the sherry out here.
I haven't tried the sherry, but
Yeah, I don't think I can even pick up the sherry.
Oh, they make sherry. Okay,
Steve Perry did.
because it's aged in sherry bottle. Sherry.
sherry, port, bourbon, and then the double charred
Okay.
barrel. So 4 things. I can't pick up the sherry at all. I maybe can't pick up the port because of the sweetness, maybe,
could be.
right? But the char, yes, definitely. That is strong
yeah.
char.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's.
A port pipe finish malt, first fill bourbon barrel malt, sherry butt grain.
The sherry is so
I'm
delicate.
stopping there.
Stopping at the butt.
It's a beautiful color though.
Two
too.
T's.
It is a beautiful color when you look at it, and it does go down very smoothly.
Yeah.
It's nice to find that somebody knows what they're talking about. I'm like, yeah.
You learn.
So this is the whole history of Irish whiskey, John. I was reading a bit about it.
Yes.
Apparently, Irish whiskey was on the downswing after the wars, but then it is beginning to pick up now.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it stands to reason. I think a lot of us here in the United States don't know what Ireland and England went through for example, post World War II.
yeah.
I mean, especially in England, with the V2 bombings and everything, they were rebuilding. They were still rationing. The country's economy was in chaos.
the Irish War of Independence was going on around that time too, right?
Yeah.
Same time, yeah.
Yeah. So, that was the Easter Rebellion, I think it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
And so it's no surprise that the industry comes back because you can't keep the Irish and the
thing.
English down.
No.
Churchill said that there will always be an England. So yes, the UK is doing all right.
Yeah.
So yes, this is definitely representative of a good product
Good product.
that you look up on the shelf and you say, And it's so a lot of the reviewers we found online are saying, yeah, it's worth
It's worth
what we
the buy,
pay
yeah.
for it, definitely.
This is like what, maybe around $30, $40, I think.
Around 30,
30, right? And
around
it's
30,
pretty
depending
good
on
for
where
30.
you are.
So 30,
Like when I go to your house, it's free.
Yeah,
Great.
it's free here.
And the good part about this is the non-chill filtered. A lot of friends of mine say, look for that non-chill filtered thing. Because if you don't see that, what happens is that they've usually filtered it, and without the non-chill thing in it, they've removed a lot of the flavors out. So you can tell this guy is flavorful. This has a bunch. You mentioned almost all of them.
Oh, I read them.
Pretty much. But it had everything because it is such a complex.
Except for vanilla.
There you go.
Yeah, I didn't sense the vanilla, though some of the reviewers
No.
said, oh yeah, we got vanilla in here.
Oh,
But-
I was just kidding
yeah.
because I was reading out that list because that's everything like peach and
Apricots.
Yeah.
and marzipan.
Yeah. Well, they definitely.
It says marzipan and Demerara. Wherever
Demerara,
Demerara.
sugar.
Well, the orange
Praline.
is for sure. I
Can
can
you taste the
definitely taste the
praline?
orange.
The Vegemite was really
Yeah.
upset.
And my Marmite, my sandwich. And sorry, the vanilla was a joke. I apologize. Just
No. I was looking for it because you delivered it so well.
because you're nice and polite. Thank you.
Yes, and
It's a different
incredibly
edition.
naive for
Yeah.
a man of my age.
What I like about it is the bouquet. I almost judge anything by its bouquet. This baby has such a beautiful bouquet.
Yes.
The taste is almost like a incidental thing.
You know what's nice too is when you take a sip and you just roll it around a little bit, and then
Oh my
those
God.
flavors start to emerge.
Hey, sweetie, you want some?
No.
You should try some Marianne.
You really should.
No, she's a girl. She doesn't drink this crap.
Come on. You're Irish.
And therefore, anything made in Ireland is not crap. Yes, it is good. Yeah.
Well, I think I can only get Mary to drink this if I give her a little bit and a lot of Diet Coke.
You were talking about the church.
Oh yeah,
the St. James Church, right?
They brew it in. They brew whiskey, or they
They distill whiskey.
it's still
Distill whiskey,
it's
yeah.
distilled in a closed down church.
Deconsecrated church.
Deconsecrated. You
Big
because it's no
technical.
longer holy.
Well, I'm sure.
No longer
Well, it
holy.
must be blessed somehow because this is very good.
They actually have the pot still right there in the church, right across the what is it, enamel glass, the painted glass stuff, stained glass stuff. It's a very interesting photograph I saw on the website. The pot still, and then there's this glass thing right there.
Right.
It's very cool.
It says the design and packaging of our Pierce 5-year-old single malt bottle is inspired by the former Church of St. James, now home to Pierce Lyons Distillery.
There you go.
So
you go.
it's in a church.
Yeah, and they've done the 3D tour on this very well too.
Yeah,
If you go into the tour section, 360 tour, they take you like
I'm
step
in
by
Google
step.
Documents. I'm there.
You should check it out. They take you like step by step from outside of the church to the wall, and they enter the door, and you can actually turn around 360 degrees at every step.
Nice.
And it's very cool. You can see the
Nice.
pot still. You can literally go around it.
All right. In
Very
light
cool.
of the pandemic, that was a smart move. But also,
Yeah.
too, if not all of us can afford to jump on Aer Lingus and zip over to
There you go.
to Ireland
Yep.
and visit in person, so it is very nice.
Someday we will, though.
Oh yes, it
This
was.
group will.
Yes.
I have a feeling. I have a
Yes.
very strong feeling.
I'm in.
Okay.
As strong as
I'm
Viv.
in.
We'll go there for
Passport's
summer. Summer, which is like
What?
July 14th through August 17th. That's summer.
Let's do it, man.
Okay.
Nice.
That's the way to do it.
Summer in
We're
Ireland.
getting it sponsored though, so you know.
Sure. Yeah.
Cobblestone
Let's-
Wine and Spirits is going to send us to Ireland.
One-way ticket.
Just remember my guitars and my cat
There you go.
and my
We've been good
and my
company,
significant other. I better say that because I know she'll be listening.
That goes at one of the other guitars.
Pardon me?
Your significant other is in that one of the other guitars.
No. Her name is Elizabeth.
That's a nice name.
Yes, and she. I don't know how she's put up with me, but she does.
Oh, the whiskey. It's fine.
Elizabeth.
The more she drinks, the better I look.
That's excellent.
So we good. We got the beers.
We got beers
Sullivan?
and Sullivan's, a golden ale.
It's a good website. It's WordPress, but it's been tweaked. Someone developed the site. It's pretty good. It's not just use Divi or some theme. The logo is pretty lame, meaning it's just the typeface is just all right. But it's fun because it's paper printed on it.
Which
so
is
you, so you
unique.
do not ever store it
Right.
in chilled water because all the labels will melt
Yeah.
off.
I take out the truth. I like it myself.
Okay.
I see what you mean about the fonts, but this is just our American eye. You know, we have an international audience for this. I kind of like the idea.
Like they couldn't
of the
afford
church.
four colors. That's all.
But yes, and I like the brewing is in our blood. That has a nice alliteration to it with everything, but
Yeah.
it really does work. It's better than
the
saying,
brewmaster-
we're very good at it."
It pops up on an ale. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
The yellow against the black or vice
Okay.
versa does
Yeah.
pop up. So you have to.
And
give
the
them
brewmaster signed it twice.
Yeah,
that. He's a serious man.
definitely.
I think that's a typo.
Where's the twice?
There.
Right?
Oh,
It is two separate stickers. So I wonder
It's one
if that's
can.
his reason. Yeah, but it's two separate stickers. Maybe you don't
What if they
want to
turn it
show
around
which
and
one's gonna
forget?
go to the print house. We better do it twice.
It's interesting because one of the rye whiskeys, Blade and Bow, that we had tasted had 8 sides, and we forgot to
Were they all signed?
They were all been embossed, yes, with that Blade and Bow, and the reason being they sell a heck of a lot in China, and apparently 8-sided stuff is considered like auspicious in China.
Okay.
So there you go. Maybe there's something about this that we don't know. Something about Mary.
Yes.
Kevin
Yeah.
Smith. All right.
At least she didn't do that logo. You know that from the wine from last week? Well,
Family.
yeah, well, the wine was pretty good, but the
The
logo
not-
made it
yeah.
look like a chemical chart. No.
Yeah.
Margarita to margarita night.
Margarita.
Cheers.
The whiskeys are very good too. And thank you, John. Thank you, everybody, for coming to
My pleasure.
Drinks and
Thank
Design
you.
podcast for
Thank you for the invite.
Down the Shore Marketing. My earmuffs are falling off. I'm CJ.
I'm Ashish.
John Abbott here. Thank you.
And Dan J.
Oh, is it Dan as always?
The Incredible Dan. No, that's Wayne as always.
Oh, sorry.
Or,
Hey,
or
Wayne.
something. Or just Wayne. Or
Is it just Wayne?
No, I'm the Incredible Dan J.
Incredible. Dan.
Incredible
There you
Dan.
go. Thank you for having me, gentlemen. It was a lot of
Anytime,
fun.
John.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Drinks and Design podcast sponsored by Cobblestone Wine and Spirits. Go there and buy some of this.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well worth it.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers.